Hi, my name is Sharon, and I am started this YouTube channel to make content no one wants and that I don't want to do. So welcome. If you're here, you're interested in topics that I'm interested in, which is anti-racism and how white people like myself, particularly liberal white women, can start to deconstruct white supremacy so that we can save our world. I really do think it's kind of up to us. Not because we're so powerful, but because we're such a drag on progress. And it's our drag on progress that's really holding everything back and could lead to the destruction of the planet if we don't fucking get our head on our shoulders right. So I took up this mission and my ministry to confront white women about racism, and not confront them in like, you're a racist, because that doesn't help. But when I hear things, instead of just letting it go by me, because I don't want to mess up that friendship. I mean, that's what it kind of boils down to, right? Is like, oh, my friend. So, for example, and I'm going to tell you how this event kind of rolled out for me. We have some friends, and they are planning a trip to Europe, and they were at our house the other day and talking about their trip to Europe, and they were talking about one of the cities they were going to go to in Europe and how they were staying there longer than most people recommend because, it has a lot of those kind of people there. I'm like, well, what kind of people? Now, in the past, I would have just they would have given me some knowing look, and I might not have known what kind of people were in this city. I might have had some vision in my own mind. I mean, I wasn't sure what he meant by, what he was talking about this city. But I've started training myself to not let things like that go by and make it like we're in on it together. Something, I mean, it's hard to define, but like in the interest of being polite, someone will say something and just like, oh yeah, and I might not agree with it, but I've not actively said, what do you mean by those kind of people? And so that is how the night started, is they were talking about their fabulous upcoming trip to Europe, which I was feeling a little judgy about anyway. So I'm just going to say that right off the bat. And then we got to their itinerary. They were describing it. And they made that comment about, well, we're staying there a little longer than most people recommend because there's a lot of those kind of people there. I said, what kind of people? And then he said, well, the kind of people you wouldn't want to be around. Wow. Okay. I mean, I've been around a lot of people, and I have some ideas of the types of people I don't like to be around, but I mean, there's not enough of them I'd like avoid a city over. So I'm like, I mean, the sort of people I wouldn't want to be around. I mean, is there a high crime rate? So I said, is there something along those lines of the crime rate? I mean, why would you go on a vacation to a place with a high crime rate? I wasn't confused. Oh no, it's just those people. Oh my God. So I just want to say, in the course of this conversation, all I did was just keep mirroring back what this person was saying. I at no point, and there were witnesses in the room who witnessed it, I at no point ever called this person a racist or insinuated they were a racist. I mean, I just kept being curious. It wasn't like I was like, that sounds like a racist thing to say. I didn't say any of that. I was just like, what kind of people? Well, what do you mean by that? Well, what do they do? Well, what about them makes them undesirable to be around? Now, to say that this conversation went off the rails would be kind of understatement. It really did, because what ended up happening is I sat there dumbfounded, truly dumbfounded, when this person just went off on this rant about how what's happening today isn't because of racism, and I mean, it was kind of like over the top, the response to it. So as they began to defend themselves for I'm not racist. Well, I am racist. I mean, it was crazy train. It was kind of like watching someone sort of deconstruct in front of me. And by the end, this person had used the N-word loudly in a living room with white people to defend themselves for not being racist. That I could never have predicted what was going to happen. It's pretty shocking. So the evening didn't end that great because then, I mean, it ended great as far as I'm concerned, because I feel like I did the thing that I'm supposed to do, which is not be complacent or complicit with racism. And when I see it in fellow people, white like me, it is my duty to ask them what they mean by that and get them to face themselves. And my husband stepped in and told this man what he thought about him saying that word in our house, and that's not acceptable, and we aren't, will not allow that in our house. And then he tried to justify saying it because he had some black friend once who told him it was okay to say it. Oh my God, that was just, I mean, it was crazy. Anyway, and then the wife was super uncomfortable. Oh my God, it was really, really uncomfortable. It was super uncomfortable. This is why we don't do it. It's really uncomfortable. And by the end, she said something like, well, at least our values are the same. And I mean, I bit my tongue and I didn't say, no, I don't think our values are the same. I think we have just uncovered, after, a relationship, a friendship that had been going on for nearly a decade, that actually our values are not the same at all. So I don't know what's going to come of that. I mean, the guy reached out the next day to my husband, and there was like no apology for anything. It was kind of, to me, it was kind of bro talk, but my husband says I'm missing some undercurrents of male meaning. So maybe, but, yeah, it's got to be done, but it's not easy. And I don't know. I think this friendship may be over. Or my real hope is that they'll look at it and they'll look at, the ways they're benefiting from white supremacy and begin to deconstruct that for themselves, like I had to do with myself. Not everybody can go to Haiti, but maybe I can reflect some of that back at them. Anyway, thank you.